What's going on, Bruce?
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's video is one of those stories you hear other PokeTubers talk about related to using your own collection dollars to fund your expenses and purchases in the hobby. Yeah, believe it or not, the whole goal in this Pokemon thing is to be in the scene long enough to where your own collectibles that you've purchased in previous years prior increase in value, and then if you don't want those things anymore, you can then sell them for way more than you paid for them, and then you could use that money instead of like real money, like out of your bank account, to buy the new stuff you're interested in. That is what tonight's video is about.
So clear with every video, Pokemon draws near. His wisdom electric, his
So over the last 2 weeks that Black Bolt and White Flare has been out, I have degened egregiously. The split second Black Bolt and White Flare came out and I opened about 5 packs, I made the realization that yes, I would also like to master set these sets as I am the entire Scarlet and Violet era. I then also made the realization that this is going to cost me
A shit ton of money.
So I decided to literally make a goal for Black Bolt and White Flare to literally spend as little real money as I can possibly spend and yet still master set both Black Bolt and White Flare. And in tonight's videos, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to show you receipts, I'm going to show you screenshots, I am literally going to show you how much money I have saved by literally using my own collection, trading it in for store credit, 70% store credit, and how I have very, in my opinion, intelligently chosen specific products where the price per pack wasn't too crazy, and I've literally ripped open 90 packs. 90 packs of Black Bolt and White Flare. And on top of that, I have essentially purchased $200 worth of raw singles, and yet I have spent a grand total of $250. Less than one Destined Rivals booster box. The second half of this video, as soon as I show you the receipts and I show you all the cards that I've traded in for store credit for sealed product that I then degen and ripped open, I'm going to show you every single card. I'm going to quickly show you how much store credit I got for all these cards that I apparently didn't care about, and I thought, you know what, I'd rather have 70% store credit and just rip open a bunch of Black Bolt and White Flare. I'm going to show you all of that right here and now, and then in the second half of this video I'm going to show you my entire Black Bolt and White Flare collection so far, the cards that I'm going to grade, all the promos such as Victini, and all the illustration rares, all the Pokeballs, all the Master Balls, everything that I have for the Master Sets, which is in this little mini 10 box that I got for free. Alright,
Let's get to it.
so first of all, right here and now on your screen is the $400.09 store credit that I have received since, what, July 18th? Is that when Black Bolt White Flare came out? Over the last 2 weeks. All the store credit that I have received from this local game store, I have literally bought 2 things. Listen closely. The poster collection and now the sticker collection. Why specifically the poster collection and the sticker collection, not the ETB, not the Victini, not this, not that, not this, not that? Because at this specific LGS, there are certain things that they are scalping 3x MSRP, and then there are other things where you're like, wait, that's only like $5 or $7 more than it should be. $7 a pack, I can deal with that. That's fine. I can pay a little extra per pack, especially when I'm not even actually paying, okay? So all poster collections, all sticker collections, I'm gonna be honest, it was like 12 or 13 poster collections, and we're coming up on 12-ish sticker collections as well. And I have also spent $100 total on raw hits but I have also on top of that traded in over $100 to random card shops, not the LGS, for raw Black Bolt and White Flare singles. So to add it all up, I have literally essentially spent $750 to $800, but because of all that store credit, $500 plus in store credit that I have received, I have literally spent only $250 for everything we are going to look at here in a minute at the end of this video. Okay, so now let's hop online and let me show you all the cards that I traded in that I didn't care about and how much store credit I got for all those cards. Okay, so here we are, the LGS where I trade in raw cards for sealed stuff that I then get to rip and have fun and, you know, add to the master sets. Everything is done electronically. So everything that I turned in for store credit, you can see a picture of it right here, and you can see the condition right here. You can see the total price. So there's a lot of cards, so I'm just gonna breeze through this. And again, all these totals that I got are 70% of TCG player near mint. Unless the condition is listed in light play, then it's 70% for whatever the light play is on TCG player. So it's 70% is the trading credit. So here we go, Pikachu and Zekrom promo, I got 16 bucks. The Celebration Super Bright Yellow Pikachu, I got $50 store credit for. Crown Zenith Pikachu, 5 bucks. Evolutions Mega Venusaur EX, 25 bucks. Rayquaza EX, here I'll stop and explain this one, so 23 bucks. So these are all cards that in the past I have paid very, very little money for, period. So for example, I have 4 or 5 Rayquaza EXs from Celebrations. I paid probably $5 each for them. This Rayquaza that I traded in was like number 5. Was the least centered, least, like, no, this is a 9. This is not going to get a 10. Trade it in. You don't need 5 Celebration Rayquazas. The thing's worth freaking 40 bucks now. You paid 5 bucks for it. You're damn right I'll take $23 store credit for my 4th or 5th Celebrations Rayquaza. You get what I'm saying? So there's $120 store credit just on that one trade-in that I then immediately bought, you know what, the poster collection or the sticker collection, right? So, 120 right there. Here's another trade-in. This one's to the tune of 100 even, 105. What is this? We got these 2 Trainer Galleries Mew Pikachu. We got a Ralts Illustration Rare. So like these Reshrams, I got a ton of these Celebration Reshrams. They're worth like 17, 18 bucks now. I don't need a ton of Reshrams. I'd happily trade in a off-center one I don't want to grade. I got 10 bucks for it. Whoop-de-doo. There's a Glaceon full art that's pretty off-center from Evolving Skies. There's a Fusion Strike Mew. Here's literally like every single Evolving Skies evolution. I literally trade in every one. Literally Jolteon, Vaporeon, Leafeon, Umbreon, Espeon, Glaceon, Flareon. So obviously I got 17 bucks for the regular VMAX Umbreon. Like, are you serious? Oh, I traded in 2 of them. That's why I got 17 bucks. Okay, I was like, why did I get so much? I got $8.50 for each Umbreon. You know, I got $2.30, $3 bucks, $3 bucks. So there's all that. Just a bunch of VMAXs alone. I essentially got 100 bucks in trading credit for. Well, other than this stuff up here. You know, keep going. You know, here's some Pokemon Go cards. A Pokemon Go Bulbasaur and Squirtle. There's 4 bucks. Dunsparce $2.50. Artibex, Drampa, Arbok, Lickitung. You know, that's 6, 8, 5. Lapras, Crown Zenith. I have a ton of Laprases. I do not need this Lapras. I got 4 bucks for it. Latias, I got a few. I don't need a bunch of Latias. I got 4 bucks. The Mimikyu promo, I got 6 bucks for that. I got like 10 of these. I do not need a 10th super off-center Mimikyu, right? Here's 2 more Fusion Strike Mews. Got weird. Okay, so I got 3 bucks for one, and one was apparently light play. But there's 5 bucks right there. So there's another $100 credit right there. Here's 46 bucks just off a Lechonk PC promo. What is that? 3 Paldea Evolved DTB promos. 2 Pokemon Day Pikachu promos, because I got like 10 of those. Whoop-de-doo. There's another $46 in store credit. Okay, here's a tiny one. Here's a Duraludon VMAX and a Final Fantasy Magic card I apparently got $3 for. There's 13 bucks. Okay, here's another one. What is this? 22 bucks, nothing much. This is just some older stuff. Legendary Treasures cards, literally Legendary Treasures bulk. that I'm getting $5 for. Look at this. Light Play Cinchino from Legendary Treasures. I got 2 of them. Okay, I got 270 guys, almost $6 for those. An Eevee I got almost $5 for. A moderately played Eevee from Legendary Treasures I got $5 for. Okay, like there's a full art Mew, $5. Damage they said, and I still got $5 for my Fusion Strike full art Mew. So, oh, that's the same one. Go on, here's another one. There's a Flapple, a Houndoom, Jirachi, Amazing Rare, a couple. That's only $6. That ain't crap. Here's another one. Look at all these gold cards I got nothing for. I got $2 for Radiant Venusaur, and then I got a 50 cents, 60 cents, 60, 60, 60, $7 for Tool Scrapper. There's a good gold card. Most of these gold cards aren't worth nothing, didn't get anything, but there's another $15. So all of this, anyway, added up to $400.09 store credit. $400 for a ton of cards I could not care less about that I immediately got to parlay into sticker collections and poster collections from Black Bolt and White Flare. And no, I will not miss any of these cards, period, at all. And this is all stuff I bought 2 or 3 years ago for pennies on the dollar. You know, these gold cards I got 50, 60, they might be a loss, but they're gold cards from Sword and Shield, who cares? That's, you know, almost expected. I probably never paid a... These are probably all gold cards I just accidentally pulled anyway a few years ago for the most part. Whoop-de-doo. Alright, back to me. So all of that store credit I just showed you that equaled $400 plus an additional $160 that I did actually spend, which I will show that right now. So there's the $160 that I actually have spent on top of the $400, and that gets us up to $560. So I purchased $560 worth of Black Bolt and White Flare, but I've actually only spent $160.81. Now the next thing, I also purchased raw Pokemon cards because that's obviously the smarter thing to do, especially if you're trying to grade, you're trying to master set. You don't want to rip open to master set. You want to have a budget like $200 and then you switch and then you go to buying the singles, okay? So throughout all this, I've also been paying attention to multiple card shops as illustration rares from both of these sets have been being traded in, like fresh trade-ins. I want to get some of these illustration rares, all of these illustration rares, I'm not going to lie, before they get scratches, before they get card shop dings. It's very important to me that I get Gem Mint 10 quality illustration rares. I've gotten at least $100 or $150 worth of trading credit at Pokemon card shops, sports card shops, that I have also purchased raw, mainly illustration rares. Pokeballs are a thing too. I've also started buying Pokeballs because I found 2 different spots where you can get Pokeballs for one place. Pokeballs are $1 each already. Another place I can get them for 50 cents each. So liquidating positions you don't care about to accomplish new goals you do care about. That is basically my entire goal for Black Bolt and White Flare. Okay, now I'm going to show you everything I have so far. From this point forward, it's a card appreciation video. I'm going to show you all my Black Bolt White Flare promos. I'll show you all the IRs that I'm going to grade that I've already found that are very minty. And then I'll go through all the Pokeballs, Master Balls, everything I have for the Master Set. Okay, let's get to it. Alrighty, so here is the box that is containing everything that will one day be the Black Bolt and White Flare Master Sets. Here is some, what is this? This is the poster collection promos, Victini and the Reuniclus and Gothitelle promo, and then all the IRs that I've found that I want to grade that are from Black Bolt and White Flare. Look at these last. Sure, we'll start with these promos real quick, and then I really like the Pokeballs and Master Balls, so I am going to show you guys my Pokeballs and Master Balls just because I'm not an idiot. I know a lot of you guys, you know, can't even find Black Bolt, White Flare on shelves, especially not at MSRP. My area is no different. You know what I mean? Like my Best Buy, GameStop, everything is MSRP gone instantly. So the 2 Victini collections that I did buy, I got one at Best Buy and I had to line up 10 minutes before open, and then I believe at GameStop, same thing kind of scenario. Alright, so this was all the poster collection, so there's Oshawotts right there. But yeah, so as far as actual MSRP goes, the only luck I've actually had is my 2 Victini boxes, and that's it. And that was literally Friday morning, opening morning. And where I'm trading in, those Victini boxes are like $60, so there's no way I'm trading in 70% credit for $60 Victini boxes. But for like $20 sticker collections, $30 poster collections, a little different. Alright, so there's those, and again, these were the poster collections. So now we'll look at the Victini from the Victini illustration collection, and we'll look at Gothitelle and Reuniclus from the sticker collections. Yes, alright. Here's these guys. And if they're in here, that means I want to potentially grade these. And if they're not in here, that means I decided there's something wrong with them. So these I do like, and I do want to grade. Alright, I want to get fingerprints all over these. But there's the Reuniclus right there. There's going to be a few of those. And then we're going to get to the Gothitelle eventually. Here, we'll zoom in on it real quick. There's a lot of flat area for scratches or print lines or something bad to happen, and I'm not seeing it. I think I like the Reuniclus slightly more than the Gothitelle, but I got a couple good Gothitelles for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4 good Gothitelles. So what, this is all energies. EXs right here. Let's see. Here's the other Victini promo I got. Here's a Gothitelle. So both of these and all these promos definitely, in my opinion, not good enough to grade for various reasons. Like this one has a white corners on it, some scratches. So they'll go in the binder for sure. For sure. And then down here at the bottom, all the bulk is not in here, but we have holo rares and reverse holos. So let me just grab these real quick. So holo rares, this would be white flare. Here's all the holo rares. And then reverse holos. So obviously this is a reverse holo set, a Pokeball set, and a Master Ball set. So, you know, if you are a master setter, this is definitely a challenge. It is a, you know, that's the reason I'm doing this is because it's like, wow, this is like a super worthy challenge. Like, this isn't like trying to master set Obsidian Flames or something like that, you know what I mean? This is like serious amount of time and effort to master set. Here's Black Bolt real quick, so there's all our holo rares. And then we get into reverse holos, blah blah blah, you don't care. Pokeball. So I have this many. I have no idea how many that is. Let's take a look at them. Okay, so I think I do have them all separated from Black Bolt and White Flare. But here we go. So Servine, Carablast. I'm definitely just going to speed through this. They're just Pokeballs, but still. And yeah, so we've got to a point where I'm getting them for about 50 cents each. In, you know, 80, let's see, 86, you know, 100, there's 190 Pokeballs, okay? So, sooner I get this done, and I don't have to worry about it, the better, as far as I'm concerned. Because, yeah, there's just a lot of everything in this set, right? So, yeah, Pokeballs down to 50 cents. I have no problem just hurrying up and getting all these Pokeballs done. There you go, there they are. There they are, Pokeballs galore. Master Balls, okay, so Master Balls, I got Larvesta, Victini, and I did buy Victini for $25, okay? Granted, that was also a trade-in, but still, Victini Master Ball for 25 bucks just to get that over and done with, just in case. This is a very, very desirable Master Ball. Okay, Ducklet Master Ball. Very nice. I love these Master Balls. Tortuga, Gullet, I think we got, okay, one Gullet, never mind. Haxorus Master Ball, Bisharp Master Ball, P-Dove Master Ball, Sawaddle Master Ball, Simisear Master Ball, Simisear Master Ball, Chandelure Master Ball, Vanillish Master Ball, Mienshao Master Ball. So I don't even know how many that was, like 15 maybe. So what does that mean? That means I have, let's see, there's 86. There's actually only about 80 in each set, so there's no trainer Master Balls, so about 160. So I got about 145 Master Balls to go. You know, no big deal. No big deal. Alrighty, everything else. I'll tell you if I bought it, but I'm pretty sure anything in here I pulled it, or once we get to IRs, I'll tell you if I bought it or not, if I can remember. But Ends Plan, Fennel, Superior EX, and this is again Black Bolt and White Flare. I think I have Black Bolts first, but Meliota, Excadrill, another Excadrill, Hydreigon, EX, Keldeo. Actually bought this Keldeo. Yeah. Oh, just pretend that didn't happen. Whimsicott, and yes. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. This right here. Kyurem EX. So I did trade something in for this, and it was $50. I wasn't planning on getting a Kyurem EX. I was planning on saving all the big expensive stuff for last so I can give it plenty of time to tank. Because look, the red Victinis, most all that stuff at the top is going to tank and tank hard. But this Kyurem was $50. I already had stuff to trade in, and it is just so on. It's pretty well centered on the front, but it's literally perfectly centered on the back. There's not a white dot on it. So I decided to splurge, get the Kyurem EX. So this is the most expensive card I have either traded in or purchased from Black Bolt and White Flare so far. But everything else, that stuff is going to lose a ton of value. There is no way I'm buying $450 Victinis or the black card, the white card, all that stuff right now. It's going to lose hundreds of dollars of value. I will wait on those. But this for $50 is perfect as it looked. I literally just had to get it. So there it is. So this is probably going in the master set. Probably not going to grade this one. But I could probably grade it and it might do just fine. But there you go. Okay, so sorry, Keldeo. All right, I'm just going to show you the IRs right now that are all way off center. That, well, not all way off center, but a lot of them are off center. And so they'll be going into the master sets. And then we'll finish with the ones I'm actually going to grade here in just a sec. All right, here we go. Carablast. Oh, wait, I'm going to flip these over. So this will be all Black Bolt. Servine. Unfezant. You realize Black Bolt has way more darker, serious artworks, whereas White Flare has a lot more colorful, loud artworks. Just in general, not in every card for every example, but for a lot of them, the Black Bolt cards aren't not near as vibrant as the White Flare ones, in my opinion. The Caracosta, that's from Black Bolt. Girder, this whole line is really, really good in Black Bolt. Crustle, definitely not one of my favorites. Solosis, this one I do like a lot. And this is Black Bolt, but this is kind of what a lot of the cards in White Flare are kind of vibing like minty pink light colors. There's a lot of that. All right, so here we go. White Flare right here. Like for example, this Woobat is kind of what I'm talking about. Vanillix, White Flare, Gothorita, White Flare, Archeops, White Flare. Okay, I don't have to say White Flare every time. Verizon Wireless, pardon me. I really like this Sawsbug card. There's just something about it. There is something about it. Gothita, Heatmore. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys if I pulled these or bought them. I don't know. It's like 50-50 to be honest. Selgor. Love this Volibee. So Roggenrola, I did pull this one, and you will see another one in a minute that I'm going to grade. Ducklet. Horribly off center. Oh my gosh, pulled that. I pulled all the rest of these. Most of these that aren't gradable are ones I pulled. Litwick, Libstrika, Swanna. Okay, there you go. So, I don't know how many IRs that is, but those are all going into the two binders eventually. Alright, so here we go. Ours, I'm going to grade. I moved the camera over so I can get better lighting on these guys. Since they're in semi-rigids, it's kind of easy to get a glare on them. So I just brought them over here so we can see them a little better. Zorua from White Flare. Absolutely one of my favorites, for sure, hands down. Actually, Swadloon, I don't know why, I just really like this card a lot as well. I mean, I like a lot of these cards. Dwebble, Black Bolt, fantastic. This Stoutland, apparently I love light pastels and like flowery cards, because a lot of these cards have flowers on them, and I don't know, it just works with me. Like, I really love the Swadloon, really love the Stoutland. Basically, I don't know, I guess I like flowers. Like Yamask, this Yamask I absolutely love. It's got flowers on it. See that? Look at that, with daisies. Alright, so I'm not a big fan of this one. Not so much. Not near as much. Maractus though, I do definitely, I don't know, I like this Maractus. This one's got something, this one is literally perfect, but it's got a little hiccup up there above the 0 on the edge. So, perfectly centered, but I'm really worried about that little edge thing up there. But front and back, it's literally flawless. Yeah, I don't know about that little thing. I don't know, that's worrying me. Musharna. So, Musharna, these are all, okay, so this is Black Bolt. Absolutely beautiful. Woobat. There's another Woobat, so I got 2. I already got 1 for the binder, 1 to grade. They were both actually really good. Swoobat, you got, oh dude, come on. Look at that. Both from White Flare. Fantastic. Absolutely. Hold the Scolipede. Very cool. I mean, it is what it is. I like the background on it, that's for sure. The Venipede, I actually really like this Venipede. I don't know, it's simple. It's simple, I like simple. Leopard pulled this, it's one of the first one I pulled, I absolutely love it. Fungus, here's another Ruggenrola. Sock, bought this one, whatever. Pansage, I don't know if I'm gonna grade this one. Yeah, I probably will. Pulled it. Bisharp, just bought this yesterday. Definitely love the Bisharp. What is this, 2 clangs? 2 clangs. Clang clang. Yeah, they just happen to both be very well centered. I think I paid $4 each for these, something like that. But there you go. So always keeping my eyes out on ones that are minty, adding them to this pile. So far it's only that many out of 140. Definitely keep you guys updated. But yeah, this is, if you're a master setter, one of the most intimidating challenges like of all time. And I've master set Paldean Fates the first 3 months it came out. Those baby shinies, 120, that was an issue. But there's just so many issues. From 160 Pokeballs, 160 Master Balls, 140 illustration rares, chase cards that are still way too expensive. I can safely say once I'm done master setting Black Bolt and White Flare, I can retire from master setting for at least several years, because then I'll be probably done with the era. And yeah, master setting is very therapeutic. It's a great way to engage in this hobby in a slow, methodical way. But yeah, it's this Vieira's, you add up everything, it's very expensive. So anyway, thank you. If you learned anything from this video, that was the whole point, not to be jealous, but to, you know, make sensible raw Pokemon card purchases with low downside, high upside, and then you could be like me 3 years from now, where you're like, hey, I'm just gonna trade in a bunch of these and be able to turn a bunch of that old stuff I don't care about into a bunch of these illustration rares that I really, really do care about. All right, see you guys tomorrow on Hottest Cards of the Week. Deuces!
Hey.